Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today is my monthly reset day. It's about 6 o'clock. I've been up since 4:45. I already did my plan for the day. I actually wrote this out yesterday. All of this week I've been writing my plans for the day the night before, and it has been freeing up some time during my morning routine, which has been good. So it's about 6:15 and I probably need some more coffee. I have a lot of stuff to do today. The first thing I need to do is kind of get my desk cleaned off, which I didn't do yesterday. I did everything else in my dailies, but I didn't do that. I've already done my morning routine. I've done my Bible. I've had my coffee. I read my nonfiction, which is Atomic Habits. Really great book. It's a reread for me. Everybody's asleep. My kids typically get up around 6:30, so I am just going to do a few more work tasks, and I might try and get ready a little bit earlier than what I have on my schedule. I have work tasks until 8, but I feel like it might be better if I actually just get ready for the day so that I can start my monthly reset. We will see. It's going to kind of depend on when everybody gets up and how much chatting we do this morning. But I will be taking you along to share how it goes. Okay, it is 8 o'clock and I've just taken a shower. I am ready for the day, which is good. Lucy made her breakfast, Jack made his breakfast, Emma is working on her novel. I do need to clean up my desk and get everything situated. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I want to make sure that I have all of the planners and journals that I want to focus on throughout my monthly reset day kind of lined up on my desk so that everything is here. Sometimes I will do my monthly reset in the kitchen on our dining room table, but the past few months I have been doing it in my office, and I just put everything on my desk, all of the planners that I'm in. I know it's a lot, but it is something that really works for me. So that's what I'm going to focus on right now, just getting everything cleaned up. I will make myself some breakfast, and then we will get started planning. Okay, so my desk is now clean, which is really good, and I have everything kind of out. These are my color coding markers for my goals. This is my master to-do list brain dump notebook that I use. There is one from Cultivate What Matters called the Refresh Brain Dump Journal. This one is awesome because it has a perpetual calendar and space over here, and then you can organize this list, whatever your brain dump is, into various categories. You can use the Eisenhower matrix, you can use, different areas of your life or goals or whatever you need to do. I use this master to-do list for just running thoughts that I have. I do have a video that I'll leave linked if you're interested in that. And I did do a whole workshop in my membership community on how to use brain dump journals, walking through this. This particular resource is really helpful if you are doing like a weekly or a daily brain dump, or you're just sitting down to specifically do brain dumps. Whereas this one is, if I have a thought on the fly, I write it down, and then on my monthly reset day, I go through everything and cross things off, add things to my calendar, or, do whatever I may need to do with those things. They did just come out with a new cover for this brain dump journal. It's periwinkle, I believe. I'll throw up a picture and I'll leave a link for this, but I love this resource, and I love that there is so much education at the beginning to kind of help you with how to organize your thoughts, all kinds of things about capture methods, where to start with a brain dump if you need help, etc. So I have my master to-do list. I have my reading journal. I have my home and sort planner, which is a planner that I just got from Erin Condren recently. I do have a walkthrough of this, and it is not separated by month. It's separated by task. And so because I do have a lot of declutter things on my list, well, I did for February and I will again for March, I want to go through the declutter section and read the tips and steps, etc. So I have this. I have my daily, monthly, random weekly stuff for my home management that I need to go through again as well. That's on my goals for March. I have my financial planner, which is just an Erin Condren monthly calendar. That's what this is. But I just got sent this money planner from Passionate Penny Pincher, and I really, really like it. I do have a full walkthrough and review of this coming out, I think, tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But I think that I want to try this out. I'm really excited about it. And then my monthly calendar from Sterling Ink for work, my notebook for work, these break it down notepads, which are going to be for work stuff. And then I did do my March goals yesterday. So they are all done. So I don't need to focus on this, but I do need to kind of look at my calendar and see where I may be working on some of these things. I don't necessarily write particular projects on my calendar unless there is a specific due date, like my monthly reset day. I do write on my calendar, but I kind of look at my month as a whole and see if there are any adjustments that need to be made to our schedule or events that we are doing, so that I can have time for some of my goal stuff. Most of my goal stuff, which I talked about in my March goals video, is going to happen on the weekends this month, and we will see how that goes, because weekends, I try to do a lot of projects on Saturdays when my husband is doing like outside stuff and going to the transfer station, or if he's like running errands or whatever. But a lot of that time is also just spent with family and doing things with family and stuff. So I have everything set up to start my monthly reset. I always start with my personal calendar and my family calendar. If I can get those two things done and my goals, my monthly reset is a success. All of the other stuff is just extra that I like to focus on if I have time. Today I should have time. It is like 9:15 right now. It started to snow and it's kind of nice to have a little bit of snow. I'm going to make myself some coffee, but I actually want iced coffee even though it's snowing. Yesterday and the day before was like 50 degrees, and so that puts me in an iced coffee mood. I know a lot of people in New England will drink iced coffee all year round. I love cold brew, and I do drink that a lot, even in the winter. But when it's super cold, like it has been the past 6 weeks or so, I'm just all about the hot coffee. So, but today it's really nice and warm in our house because the pellet stove is on and it's not too cold outside. So I'm kind of feeling a nice coffee. Okay, so it's 10:30 and I have gotten my personal calendar and the family calendar all done. This month is really good because I don't really have anything planned for the weekends for the most part, so I should have quite a bit of time to work on some of the projects that I want to focus on. It doesn't look at the moment that I have too many things outside of the house, which is good. However, I know that I do have to schedule a couple of appointments and I don't know if they will be in March or not, so it could change, definitely could change. But overall, things are looking good. I also was able to make a list of the content that I need to film and when I'm planning to film that in the month of March. So that is good. I think I'm going to take a break and get a snack and then kind of reassess what is next. I think the next thing that I'm going to do is set up the dashboard pages that are in my life planner, and I keep track of movies I want to watch as well as focus areas and bigger purchases that we have for the month. I don't really have anything for this dot grid space down here. I have used it in the past to track how many eggs we get from our chickens. We don't have chickens right now, so I'm not using it for anything at the moment. Yes, but that is where we're at. I'm actually feeling great about how things are going. I did a lot of reset stuff coming into February, and so I don't have as much to do today. I do want to explore, like I said earlier, the money planner and probably work a little bit on the brain dump journal, because I think that that's really good for categorizing specific things. I kind of want to wrap my head around a few big projects that I have, coming up in the next several months. So that will be good for that, like garden is really the big one. I still need to go through and search for new books for my book journal and just get all of that stuff updated. And I think I might have one or two Hoopla borrows for the month, so I want to grab those before we change over to March, because you get a certain amount each month, and we used to get 10, but now we only get 6, and so I'm trying to be a little bit more selective. I will usually get audiobooks from Hoopla because I don't like to read on my phone, and you can't transfer books from Hoopla to the Kindle. So that's my little check-in. 10:30. It's snowing. It's very peaceful. It's quiet in the house. I have my live stream this afternoon. I got my live stream set up, so things are going well. Okay, let's check in. I have done floors, vacuum. I have not done the surfaces. That's out in the dining room for our dining room table. Lucy's cleaned it mostly off, but she's been doing some slime stuff out there as well, so the tables need to be washed. For my monthly reset, I have done personal, I've done family, I did my goals. So I do have homeschool stuff that I kind of want to look at, but honestly, last week when I was doing my plan with me for homeschool planning, I actually went through a lot of what we have to get done through this next 6-week term. So I don't really have as much to look at here. I do want to update my days count calendar and just kind of make any notes of things, but for the most part, that is fine. So I checked off personal. I do still have my dashboard pages that I need to do, which I'm going to do in just a second. And I also am going to do my book journal. So homeschool, I'm unsure. Lent, I actually just decided I am going to be doing this challenge with Emma. She is giving up screens for Lent and wants to dig a little bit deeper into the Bible. So I found a study on the book of John, and I'm going to do that with her. And I, for Lent, instead of giving up something, I always give up the news for Lent. And I have for probably 12 years now, but I might still give up the news. That still might be a thing that I do, but I am going to try and add my treadmill walk for Lent. It is part of my goals. It is something that I'm trying to do. I'm only really averaging about 3 treadmill walks, but my goal is to walk at least a mile, which doesn't take me that long. And I just need to kind of focus on it. So I am right now going to do my book journal and my dashboard pages, and then it will pretty much be time for my 1 o'clock call. So I'm running out of time, but I don't really need to do, I think I'm going to just check off homeschool, and I will do the dates right before I start my book journal and dashboard pages. And then while I am in my live stream, I think I'm going to work on the money planner from Passionate Penny Pincher and just my general spend tracking. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I did this. I haven't done goals for my work stuff. That might be something I can also work on during my live stream. My spend tracking usually only takes me like 10 minutes weekly, 10, maybe 15 minutes to write everything down and color code it. I use these lovely mild liner highlighters, and then also some of the Erin Condren color highlighters as well. But with the money planner part, it will take probably a little bit longer if I actually start filling out all of that stuff, but we'll see. Oh, and I also did this, so I feel good about that. Okay, homeschool dates first. Okay, so it is 12:30 and things are going well. I thought I was going to have a lot more to set up for my dashboard pages than I actually did. There are like 0 movies coming out in March that I'm interested in or that my kids would be interested in. So there were a few Hallmark movies that I wrote down, which Emma and I like to watch. And that was about it. I did get my focuses down for the next several weeks, and those are really mainly from my goals for March. So that was relatively easy as well. And then I went to look for books, and there are no new books coming out from indie authors, which is, I try to look right before the month starts to see if any indie authors have announced books that I'm interested in, but the books that I had already put in for March are the only ones that I'm really interested in at the moment. I mean, obviously, there's always the possibility that something new will be released randomly on Kindle Unlimited or whatever, in which case I would download it and it doesn't really need to go in that new release section. So it didn't take me long to do that. I do still have today and tomorrow for February, so I won't do my book stats until the weekend most likely. I'm almost done with one book right now, which I can't remember the title of. I'll put a picture here because I can't remember the title. And then I did just download Ginger Duggar Volo's new book, People Pleaser maybe, I think is what it is. And there was another book that was similar to that, maybe by Emily P. Freeman, that I read years and years ago. I will look and see what, I can't remember titles. I can't remember titles at all. But that was also really good about, you know, always wanting to say yes and be the person that everybody wants you to be instead of who you need to be. And so I'm really excited to read that book as well. And if I start to work on some cleaning stuff tomorrow is my monthly cleaning tasks day, which I'm undecided if I will actually do that tomorrow or if I'll wait until this weekend. Because if the weather is nice, I think that the kids and I want to go out, but right now it's still snowing right now. So I don't know how tomorrow's going to be. So if I end up doing cleaning tasks tomorrow, then I will spend the day listening to audiobooks while I'm doing my cleaning because I enjoy that. The only things that I need to do now are, I want to go through some of the Home and Sort planner from Erin Condren. I would like to kind of rewrite out my list of dailies and weekly tasks, like my weekly cleaning tasks, my monthly tasks. That's also on my goals, and it's kind of one of those things that I would like to get done before the new life planners come out, and those usually come out in April. So if I can have that all situated, then when they come out in April, I will most likely start using my new planner in May, as long as I can get it soon enough. And get it set up. So we'll see. So just like some of the decluttering stuff and home management stuff, the money planner that I'm going to look at a little more deeply, and my spend tracking, and then I'm pretty much done. So I'm feeling pretty good. It's only 12:30. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break before my call and then get ready for my live stream, which is at 2:30. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Okay guys, so it is 2:15. I just got off my call, so that's good. Now I have to get ready for my live stream to start. And I'm feeling really good about things. I've gotten so much stuff done. I was just going through my master to-do list notebook just to make sure that I had a handle on all of those things. That's where I will put things that I need to like think more about or journal about, as well as just random ideas that I have that I want to spend more time like researching. We have a glass top stove, and so I would like to at some point get some better pots and pans, because the ones that I have are the ones that I got right before we got married. And that was 20 years ago. So it would be good to get some new ones at this point in my life. But I'm going to be starting my live stream soon. I only have the financial stuff, and honestly, the money planner isn't necessarily part of my monthly reset. I just need to do my spend tracking for the week during my live stream. I don't really have to do the money planner, but it is something that I'm going to kind of explore a little bit. And then, yeah, everything else is pretty much done. I think I'm feeling pretty good about things. So that's really good. I might just end up doing some reading during our live stream. We'll see. But I am going to get myself a decaf coffee and then get my call set up and get going. Okay guys, I just wrapped up my live stream. It was really good. I got all of my spend tracking done. I did not end up working on my money planner at all. It's probably something that I'm going to sit down and go through a little bit more maybe this afternoon. I do want to go walk on the treadmill. That is something that I'm still trying to stay focused on. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog here today. It was a really successful monthly reset day. I got everything done that I needed to, and I was able to expand on some things that I needed to think about that I had on my mind. My goals were done yesterday, so that definitely helped with the flow of today's work because I wasn't really considering my goals. Which is something that I typically will do on my monthly reset day, but I was ready to set them yesterday, and so I did. Overall, I'm pleased with it. It seems like I didn't need to do as much as I did last month, so that was good, and that's probably why it was a little bit more streamlined. And I have considered a little bit more with my 13th week and figuring out how to do my quarterly reset the way that I want to. I want to set up my goals for the quarter, but I also want to have that week to reflect and renew and plan and adventure and do some other things. I don't want it to just be goal focused. And so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, but I'm excited to bring you along and share that with you. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like more help and encouragement around home and homeschooling and goals, I would love for you to come check out my membership community. That link is always in the description box. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.